this first project, I needed a thin sheet of bass or balsa wood or anything with little to no flex. About a 1/16 of an inch thickness will work. I got this at Hobby Lobby and they're a little pricey, so I used a wood cutout from the Dollar Tree instead. Let's be honest here, I don't think I'll ever decorate for Valentine's Day, so there's no need for it to keep hanging around. I used a coaster as a template and traced around it. Lining the ruler up with the lines, I used a fresh blade and scored it until I could feel it cut through the wood, and this will be my base. Always make sure you use a cutting mat or something to protect the surface underneath. A couple of options for smoothing out the edges are a rotary tool with a sanding drum and a sanding block. It's really all about preference. You might actually see me rotate between the two. I used the miter shears to cut a straight edge and then measured the width of a popsicle stick and cut it the same length to make a square. This will be my starting piece. I cut another the exact same size. I'm making a coaster with the log cabin quilt block pattern. The next piece is marked and cut to the length of both pieces combined. Going counterclockwise, I measured, cut, and sanded each piece until I filled the base. I used Gorilla Glue to glue it all down. Once it was dry, I attached it to this cork sheet that I got from the Dollar Tree. It has a sticky back, and all I had to do was cut a piece a little bigger than the coaster and peel the backing off and stick it to the bottom. Then with my scissors, I just trimmed all the excess. If you're getting Christmas decor ready, you can change it up. I marked the center, I cut and glued the shape of a tree starting with the trunk and made each row just a little smaller than the last until I got the shape I wanted. Then I filled in the outer pieces. I trimmed them to size using miter shears. Then I just cleaned up the edges with a straight blade, or a box cutter, whatever you want to call it. I was trying this technique of applying polyacrylic to areas that you don't want stained, and when it dried, I applied early American stain to the tree and the trunk. I watered down a little paint called Christmas Green by Apple Barrel and painted over the stain, all of it except for the trunk. I wiped some of it off because I didn't want it too green. If you don't like the step-up pattern of the tree, no problem. Just cut each row of the tree on a 45-degree angle. Then cut all of the outer pieces on a 45 and glue it all down. Then just trim off all the edges. But wait, Pebbles, the tree should have a star. I got you. Get a piece of masking tape and draw a star on it. Cut it out and position it on top of the tree. Paint the polyacrylic on all the outer pieces. Peel off the tape and stain the tree and the star. You could add paint like I did previously, but I didn't this time. Let me know if you would have. Oh yeah, and for the fall vibe, I painted half a coaster in terracotta and coated them all with polyacrylic. For this project, I laid out 4 stacks of 8 sticks. I used the grid of my mat and a ruler to draw a line to measure out 3 inches. Then I cut each stick to that length using my miter shears. I added a stack of 3 to only 2 of the groups of 8. I cut a stick to fit the middle of the tall stack and glued it down. The 2 smaller ones got 2 sticks, 1 for each side. I used a piece as a spacer because that's how far I needed those to be from the edge. I also glued one to the middle of the other tall stack. I lined the ruler up with the center of the top to the top of the first 8 and drew a line. And I did that on both sides. I went to cut along the line and decided I need to go ahead and make it more stable. So I cut and glued a stick to each side. I scored the line with my blade and then used these wire cutters that are for jewelry making to cut it. I'm always trying different things and this worked pretty good. Next I glued sticks along the outer edges of both sides and I ended up doubling that thickness by gluing another stick on top of those. This will make the whole structure more stable. I glued all 4 walls together and I used masking tape to hold it together while it dried. Meanwhile, I started assembling the roof. I cut 2 sets of 5 sticks and glued 2 sticks to each. I made sure they would be far enough from the edge so that they would fit inside the house. Then I used a combination of wood glue and hot glue to glue it to the top. Now here's where I went wrong. I cut out some windows and a door using a box cutter, and the glue wasn't completely dry and some of the pieces came off, but that was an easy fix. I just added more glue. I should have cut those out before assembling, but it worked out. For the door, I cut a larger craft stick to glue to the opening. It was easier to cut that opening all the way out than to try to stop short of the bottom. So that's why I did it that way. I cut a small piece to fit at the bottom of the door for a step. I cut out vellum to put in the windows. Then I stained all but the roof, and here's another goof. I should have waited until I stained before putting the vellum in, but that was also an easy fix, so I just pulled it out and replaced it. I was really going for a rustic look, so to give the roof a little something, I cut pieces and glued them in rows on the roof. It's a little time consuming, but really amps up the look. And then I just finished it off with polyacrylic. I made another size with more detail, so you can have a lot or as little detail as you like. Y'all, you can't buy a village as cheap as you can make one with popsicle sticks, and each are unique. I got these jumbo craft sticks from the Walmarts, and I sketched out a sunflower, or half a sunflower should I say. Now I'm no artist, but I gave it my best shot. You could always print out an image and transfer it by tracing it over carbon paper. I traced over the sketch with my wood burning tool. Another option, if you're not comfortable with that, is use a wood burning pen or scorch marker. I kind of shaded where the petals meet the disc, if that's what you call it. To give it that seated look, I just kept pressing down randomly and shading over it. I saw somewhere where someone said to boil them for 20 minutes and let them cool in the water for about 30 minutes or something to make them bendable, but my opinion it should be longer. So I started bending the stick around the plastic napkin ring from the Dollar Tree and clamped it as I went. If it starts to crack, then it needs to soak longer in the water. I trimmed off the extra and let it set till it completely dried, and now I have a napkin ring. Another idea is to take a jumbo stick to make a bookmark, and you can do this by drilling a hole in the top, get some embroidery floss, and make a tassel. I just cut a string and set it to the side. Then I wrapped the floss around 3 fingers till my heart was content. I folded the string in half and pulled it through the ring and brought the ring back through the looped end to tie it. I took another string and tied it around the tassel and trimmed it. Bring on the pumpkin spice and apple cider, baby. I am here for it. For this project, I used jumbo craft sticks and a wooden ring from the Dollar Tree. Y'all, I am trying to use up my stash. I cut some on a 45-degree angle and arranged them in the shape of mountains. I glued pieces to the back to hold them together. I had to make sure they would fit within the wooden ring. Once I got the mountains, I filled in the rest. I put the piece between the mountains in first because it would be tricky if I didn't, and worked my way up and gluing pieces to the back as I went, making sure they didn't get in the way of the ring, and then I started filling in the rest. I had one piece that wasn't simply a 45-degree angle, so I turned it over and laid the stick underneath and traced the angle so I could cut it to fit. Once everything was secure, I traced around the ring and I cut around it with the scissors. I left a little extra room for error. I glued the ring to it with tacky glue and put clamps all around. After it dried, I cleaned up the excess. I watered down some paint called burnt umber and painted the mountains. Then I watered down some Admiral Blue for the sky, and both of those are apple barrel paints. I watered them down because I wanted it to look stained and not so much painted. I did, however, paint the peaks white, and it took about 3 coats. I made 2 of these, and to add hangers, I hot glued jute string to the backs. The back looks a little chaotic, so I decided to cover them with some felt. I used hot glue to attach it and then trimmed the excess, being careful not to cut the strings. What have you made with craft sticks? I want to know. Thanks for watching.